people, what's up? What's good? It's your boy Caleb Smith, host of the 3 Millie Podcast. Today we have another edition of the Millennial Master Class Series. For everybody that's tuned in on YouTube after this recording, make sure that you like, comment, put a comment, tell me what you learned and what you like the most about this conversation, and share this with at least 1 to 2 people that you know who could benefit from this. This conversation today is with my man Marcus Y. Rosier. He's an author, motivational speaker. He's doing so many dope things, marketing guru, consultant. So this is about to be a great conversation. Everybody who's coming on in, share this with a friend. It's a lot to join from this conversation. So let me pin a comment real quick.
Hey, brother, another day locked in Rome, man. What can I say? We're trying to
I hear you, man.
It's another
I
Rome,
hear you, man.
but no complaints
Yes,
my
sir.
way, man. No complaints.
Yes, sir. Starting off, man, you've accomplished so much already. And you're still young. How did you begin your journey with entrepreneurship? How did that start?
Man, I was in entrepreneurship before I knew what entrepreneurship was, so I didn't get into it saying I want to be an entrepreneur. It was natural. I was early 9, 10. I was selling on the where are you from?
Here in Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta.
Okay. So, man, where I'm from, we call them Julies, but y'all might call them frozen cups or whatever the case may be. Like,
Yeah.
So I was selling those. Then my parents were pastors, and kids used to be in church all day, so I would take my allowance, go to Sam's, and we'll buy Vienna sausage, little noodles, and you can pour the pack off and add some water, candy. So I was always entrepreneurial doing that. Then it went from that to selling linen outfits and that, not real cologne, to say inspired by. You know what I'm saying? Like that joint to say inspired by. I was selling that stuff. I was selling mixed CDs, gold caps. So I didn't know it in entrepreneurism. I just knew anytime I got my allowance, I always looked for something to buy to make money from it. I didn't know that was entrepreneurship. It just made sense to me. So like I don't have a time in my life where I didn't understand investment. Whatever, and every time my mother would give me, she gave me $25. She was like, this for you. Because I'm the type of person, she would give me $10 to go to the mall, and I would find something to buy to sell. So before I knew entrepreneurship, I just knew the concept. So like my mom and dad can attest to it. I don't have a time in my life where I didn't have some way I was investing money into something to get it back. That's part of the problem I have now with this new school entrepreneur and what's happening with Instagram. You got people who are starting something that they don't understand. True entrepreneurism is not just the idea. It is the investment into the business to protect it and create a structure around it. So you got people who got ideas and they just starting a page and pushing it out there, but they don't have no investment. So like that's what got me into it at a young age, and that's all I've ever done. I just understood, okay, if I can come up with an idea that helps people. People are hungry at church, I can sell this. People need CDs, I can sell this. It's still to this day, it's never about me. It's always about how can I provide a resource for people. So that started my journey. My journey went on to graduated high school when I was 16.
Wow.
College, and was playing ball, messed up my knee on down the line, and I started doing party promotion. It was natural progression of that. And I went from that into, I bought my first house, I was 19. So I bought a house and I was like, man, how do I generate income? Any industry I'm in, I try to figure out how to get money. So I started doing tax deeds where I would buy people's, if they didn't pay their taxes, I would buy they would have to pay me back for it in essence. Then we started doing flips, things of that nature. So it's like, I've always had a couple things running, and we went from that to lost everything. I'm telling you a quick story. Lost everything, and when I was in my late 20s, betting big in real estate, was overextended with a bunch of crappy mortgages, interest only, that kind of stuff, and decided, man, I got to figure out who am I outside of the money. I'm down to $11.37 coming from hit my first 6 figures when I was like 19, 20.
Wow.
So, and I'm talking about money saved, not money made. Like saved $100,000. So, but I now am down to $11.37. Like, man, what the heck am I gonna do? And from that, I found the thing, man. It was communication. Wrote my first book, Win the Day in 10 days. Went on to write several other books, published it, and then the rest is history. That all I cared about was how do I make people better. So that's kind of my journey.
That's so dope, man. I actually got put on to you through David Sands, man. I was watching this podcast, and David was actually on the show like 2 weeks ago, and I saw your episode on there, and it was amazing. And one thing that you said, yeah, it was great, man. One thing that you said was owning mental real estate, which I thought was very interesting. Can you pretty much like expound upon what that means? I thought it was a dope concept.
That's my joint, man. Like, people are so short term. Where I'm not a fan guy. I'm a long game, and I'm going to correlate all of it, right? So I'm going to explain mental real estate and correlate it. The issue that I have with this generation is they like Instagram because Instagram and Facebook give you immediate likes and comments. People don't like building a YouTube page because it's not immediate.
It's not.
YouTube is real estate because people can binge watch it. Don't nobody go back through your social media content from 6 years ago. But people will go back through your YouTube. So that is your portfolio of real estate online. It shows you the nature of people that they don't think long term. So when I talk about mental real estate, I'm not into what's faddish. I'm into whenever somebody thinks of an industry, I want my concepts to be embedded in their mind that I own the street in that niche. So for instance, when you think of leadership, you might think of John Maxwell. He owns the street in your mind.
Yeah.
When you think of music, you might think of Jay-Z or athletics, etc. Certain athletes own the street in your mind in that sport. When I speak, I want to own real estate where I coin terms, phraseology, concepts. So I'm not motivational. I want to give you a concept you can follow. So you can, like, for instance, you remember mental real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the statement alone, I own the street in your mind. If somebody ever say, man, I want to be remembered. First thing you'll say is, well, shoot, that's kind of like what Marcus said with mental real estate.
Yeah.
I bought real estate by owning that concept.
Right.
Yeah, man. That's the vibe.
I love that, man. You're a successful author, so I think it was like 10,000 books, right?
10,000.
How do you break down to people who want to be authors the science behind selling their products? How do you do it?
Well, before selling it, let's back it all the way up. People start with what they want to sell. To me, the message sells itself. People don't care that you wrote a book. So you say, support me, y'all buy my book. Nobody cares about supporting you. It's like the person who stands outside and say, you got some spirit change. You get some love, but you're not going to sympathy somebody into a successful business. So sympathy don't get support. What it is the story and the marketing. So I would say start with the story. Start with the message. Like, what do you have to offer to the people that's going to purchase it? I started with that. How does this solve it? Then in terms of the marketing side of it, it wasn't as important for me to sell 1,000 books. It was make one person a day love me. That was my number one goal.
Just one.
One person a day fall in love with the message of one day. And I pushed it. Periscope, indirect messages, going out every day having conversations. One person will get you 3 to 5. So you're one person. If you fall in love with my message, chances are you're going to tell at least 3 people. So my job was not 1,000 people. It was one person a day, and that one would get me 3 to 5.
Gotcha.
Genuine interactions, genuine conversations. It's the long game, and then you hit a tipping point where it starts accelerating. So from a marketing standpoint, how does somebody market their book? Number one, you market based on the end result of what your book gets for that person, not the content you wrote about. Yeah, I wrote a book about when some people say, I wrote a book about my story, you know, how I went through adversity. And?
Yeah.
So?
It's like everybody goes through something. Yeah.
So?
I feel that.
It ain't about you. It is. It's going to be, I wrote a book about my story. But I documented the 10 principles that took me from $11.37 to a multiple 6-figure company, and I extracted how you can do it too, following the win-the-day concept. That's different.
Yeah.
So I think that when people are trying to market their products and services, they're communicating their wants, their needs, their desires, not the customer's want, need, and desire. So, like, you're not going to sell anything to nobody but family and friends with that kind of story. And I think, so now, you can't bring your narcissistic behavior that you use on social media into marketing and selling of a product. And what happens is a person becomes a personal... A person normally is like, when I'm looking online now, you are a regular person just posting your likes, wants, and desires. You decide to create a business before you started a business. You didn't make the transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's the game. For anybody who's releasing a book, think long term, think marketing and sales funnel. Don't just think product, think business, not just the $20 book. What's next? What's the natural progression after the book? How do you connect with the people who purchase? How do you continue the conversation with them? I thought of all of those things. Any person who bought a book, I was calling them. I ain't go on Amazon for almost a year because Amazon wouldn't give me the data of the person's phone number and name. I need to talk to you. I need to get followed over. So go to my website. From my website, hey, this is Marcus. Just want to tell you. Then I would do a monthly ask the author, the owner. Ask the author, the owner come in. Now I'm building relationship, private Facebook groups. I did it differently. I did free conference call.
Audience is a big thing as well. I have a lot of friends who are entrepreneurs, and they'll talk about, hey, I only have like 1,000 followers, but I see like my competitors who have 10,000. But we would just converse back and forth, and I would tell them, hey, but you have more interaction. So, what is the importance for my generation, our generation, to learn the importance if you do have a business to actually feed into the people who's already following you?
You said something critical, man. You said something critical. You said you was talking about the difference in numbers. The 1,000 person with 1,000 followers versus 10,000 followers. Mm-hmm. Here's what I'm gonna say immediately. That's vanity numbers, man.
Yeah.
Like I just did a video talking about vanity versus value.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, you have an Instagram model with 100,000, 200,000 followers. Your assumption is, well, shoot, if I give her my stuff and she posts it, people will follow. Half the people that follow her are guys that won't purchase nothing that she talks about. So she's got a vanity number with no influence to move nobody to make a decision. Wow. She can't market any product. Her following is useless because all she can get is vanity, likes and comments. She's not even influencing women to buy whatever she's talking about. Wow. So the overall number means nothing. It adds no value to the people that follow her. It adds no value to anyone who can market through her. It's a vanity number. Yeah. You got more influence with the 1,000 people than she's got with the 200,000 or the 100,000 because she adds no value to the industry. No one knows what she does. She's just a pretty face. Now, I hope nobody hears this wrong. I'm not talking about any person in particular or those who are models. I'm just giving a concept of vanity versus value. I've got some posts right now, my infographic stuff, that might have 50 likes, right? You got to think what up, 14.7 followers. 15, it'll have 54 likes. But I looked on the back end of it, and it had 200 and something. It had 200 and something, 200 something saves, 123 shares. Wow. That's a value number. Yeah. That means it meant enough to them for them to save it in their phone and share it. But the vanity number is the likes. Oh, dang, they ain't like this. Yeah. 200 plus, so you got to think total. That's 100 and something shares to other people. Yeah. Then you got to think that's 200 saves to their phone. That means the information was valuable enough. So I ain't looking at the vanity number of 54 likes. I'm looking at the value of I posted something that this many people wanted to share. You follow? Yeah. Also, it had 23 website clicks. From that, also, I can look on the back end and trace them through and see that I had purchases. So the real value is that post made me money, but it only got 54 likes. Wow. So when I say about feeding your audience has to do with you know what's best for them. Like you don't feed them nothing you wouldn't eat yourself. That's real. What is the real value that here's how my Instagram is set up. I want to create so much value that you can follow my page and start a business and make money online. You ain't never got to talk to me. You can follow every post and set up. My videos are value add. When you can listen to my videos 3 minutes or less and take an action. My infographics are step-by-step personal development or business development concept that you can follow and utilize in your life. So you got the value video to teach you how to do business, the infographic to teach you how to build from the inside out, and then a photo that explains my story for credibility. That's how my page is set up. Wow. That's amazing, man. Previously or before, I've heard you say, like, don't be a chef that starves from, or that dies from starvation, rather. And that was a very powerful quote. And how do you feel about it sometimes with social media, with
YouTube, everything, that we get so much information but not really apply it? How can we start to actually execute better?
Man, how heavy can I go with this?
Yeah, you can go all the way through, man. You're good.
My problem with social media now is people are great with reading, but the reading comprehension is horrible. So most people don't comprehend nothing that they're reading or listening to. They're just watching it and inundated. It's like a person who sits for 8 hours at a job, but they only work for an hour. Your time ain't money. I don't care what nobody says. Time 100% is not your most valuable asset because you spent time. There are guys who spent time with a woman they had no interest in the future. Yeah. There are women who spent time in sections with guys because it benefited them. It ain't time. It's attention. There's your most valuable resource.
Wow.
So you can sit somewhere for 3 hours, give it none of your attention. It's only when you connect time and attention together that it becomes valuable. This generation that is on social media all day passing the time, your mind ain't made to take in that many images without comprehending anything or attaching to it. Like, think one image somebody fighting, another image a person. Like, your mind it's like walking into a room that's loud, then walking into a room that's quiet. How does your mind adjust? So that's I'm looking at this saying, it's a bad thing, man, because you got a group of people that when you talk to them now, most people have gone the last few years and never read a book from cover to cover. And their excuse will be, I'm not a reader. My statement is, you read comments.
Dang, that's true. Captions.
You read captions and comments. Yeah. You are a reader, but you're reading bad information. And here's what I'm going to say. You told me I can go as deep as I want.
Yeah, you're good.
So here's what I'm going to say. Would you go into a restaurant where you don't know how long the food been sitting there? You can smell the stench of it. And let's say you walk to a restaurant and they tell you, all this food over here is spoiled, but this food is good. Would you trust the restaurant?
Not at all.
So here's what I'm gonna say. Why would you feed your mind in an environment where most of the food is spoiled? So most of the stuff, everybody wants to be motivational. Everybody wants to project something. Most of the content does not change our life. Why feed your mind the trash of people's information, but you wouldn't feed your body that? And your mind dictates your body.
That's so true.
This whole new space of social media is a great tool. It's great to be used the right way, but don't nothing to gain. I'm sitting here now, book in my hand. If you look, I'm sitting here now,
books,
tons of books, and I got a whole other room full of books on my desk because it is this idea now, man, where how do you become more valuable to the people around you? Like let me say this. Most people don't have enough information attached to their decision to make a good decision. How are you going to decide on the future when you don't even have enough data? Most people make future decisions with outdated information. The information is outdated. What they think works doesn't work. What they believe as a belief system. So, man, ain't nobody spending money right now. Says who? Where you get that from?
Yeah. Is people still ordering stuff online? eBooks, Amazon, all that.
I'm telling you. So my piece with social media is it's a phenomenal servant, a horrible master. If you tell social media what to do, it's a servant. But if social media tells you what to do, it's your master.
Wow. That's a soundbite. Yeah. I hear that, man. I hear that. For entrepreneurs, man, because you actually hit on something as well where people right now, they can make excuses and say that nobody's buying anything. What advice do you have for creatives and young entrepreneurs during this time of the virus?
Well, I would say number one, there's no such thing as scarcity. And then here's the part where I get a chance to tap in. I'm a faith guy. Two things you're going to hear from me. You're going to hear I'm an advocate for our online business, selling digital products, courses, and programs, and I'm an advocate for Jesus. If you don't want to hear about Jesus on online, I'm not your guy. Like we don't rock. I'm not your guy. Right? But the idea of scarcity, man, doesn't exist. It's a myth. And here's my point. Where I live, I can look out my window if I would show you. I live in South Florida, so I live right here, Fort Lauderdale Beach. Okay. Right across the street from me is the Bentley dealership, Bentley and Rolls Royce. To the left of me is Lamborghini, Ferrari, and like old school antique cars. It's like a one-of-one, like an 86 Ford. So I can stand on my balcony, and every day I can watch people go buy Rolls Royce, Lamborghini, etc. At the height of the pandemic, when people were saying nobody's buying, I'm standing on my balcony, And I watch this guy go in, blindfold this girl, and I see the people go put a ribbon on her. And she comes out crying, and it's the Rolls Royce truck, the joint that's $500K.
Wow.
That's when it hit me. Scarcity is a myth. While everybody else is panicking, somebody's going and buying a $500,000 car, and to my left, I'm seeing people drive off in a Lamborghini. So you're not going to tell me that don't nobody got money.
Yeah.
That means scarcity is a myth. That there is always enough resources. There is always enough money. There is always enough currency. What you got to realize is this, to my new entrepreneurs. Why am I an advocate of online business? Here's how I view the internet. View the internet like a festival. View it like a festival. There's 7 billion people in the world. 4.3 billion people are active users online. So we're going to say that 4.3 billion people are at the online festival. You got a choice. Are you going to be the person at the festival walking around, buying from the vendor booths, or creating your own vendor booth to be able to make money?
Right.
And if you create a vendor booth, how do you market to get the attention of the 4.3 billion people that's at the festival? There's more than enough people. There's more than enough money. The whole world is your customer, but you have not learned how to communicate to them. So when somebody's not making money, it is one of two things. It is the messaging or it's the offer. It's not even price. It is how you're describing what you sell, and it is how you position your offer. Your money does not go far away from those two things. So it's not what you sell, but it's how you describe what you sell. Can I give one more example with this?
Yeah, please do.
So here's to my people my entrepreneurs, my creatives that are trying to generate income online. I'm gonna give an example. You tell me, and you ask questions if Let's just say me and you in the car. We in Atlanta. We riding on 75, right? We starving. We say, man, the very next sign we see, we pull it on, right? So we on 75. We are starving. Anything we see, we pulling over to get something to eat. So any restaurant, we're their primary customer.
Okay.
Every restaurant needs hungry people. So any restaurant, we're a valuable customer for them. You and I have made a decision. The very next exit we get to with food, we're pulling over and eat. To our right side, we see a sign that says, this food exit coming up, right?
Right.
Left side, we see seafood, soul food, even vegan options. Next exit. Which one would you decide for us to go to? And both are telling you they sell food.
The first one I see, because I'm hungry.
Now, here's my point in this. Where my mind is going with it, the one that says food, next exit, versus the one that said soul food, seafood, even vegan options.
Soul food because it has all the options.
And although we don't know exactly what they sell, messaging lets me know.
I see what you're saying.
When I get there, they're gonna have a little of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're a candidate for both places, but bad messaging will make the other place never get visited.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most people are just like that, because here's what happens. The more questions you have, the less likely you are to be transactional. If your messaging is off, you're not likely to be transactional because the person has too many questions. It's an internal objection to them buying from you. So when people aren't making money, it's because your messaging is off. Even if I'm hungry, if I got a question, what do you sell? I'm not going. But if the other place, although I still don't know what they sell, they have it broad enough. Soul food, seafood, even vegan options.
And it's detailed.
So I know, guess what you and I going to say? Well, shoot, let's go there. I'm sure we can find something to eat there.
True.
Like, well, shoot, they got food, but man, nah, let's just go here. Subconsciously, we don't even know why we're choosing the other one.
Wow.
Messaging.
Wow.
People that aren't making money online is because their messaging is horrible. What my company does, we help people monetize online, selling digital products, courses, services, and programs on autopilot. Like, we automate the whole process. You can run your business from a cell phone or laptop. The first step that we do with any person is mindset and messaging. How you think. First person you got to sell is yourself before you sell a customer.
That's facts.
So we set it up mindset to teach you about online businesses. What should you charge? The positioning of your brand, the value of what you offer, and then how do you communicate your value, your messaging. Then we create a monetization model for you to show you all the ways you can make money from this one product, because you probably are leaving money on the table.
Yeah.
We go from that into the design phase. We build out your online platform. That is your landing pages, squeeze pages, email marketing, tripwires, on down the line. Then we go live and we help you with the marketing and sales aspect of launching whatever you're selling.
That's dope.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you, man. The word that you mentioned within that past sentence was mindset, which is so important. How do you make sure that you maintain like a healthy mindset as a young entrepreneur?
My morning success ritual. Yes, for me or for other people.
You, for yourself personally.
I'm okay. For instance, right? I don't get any social media notifications on any of my devices, from computer to cell phone to laptop.
Yeah.
Why do I do that? Because I don't want social media to tell me when to check it. I want to check it when I want to. And every time that sucker vibrates or goes off, it will tell me when to check it. So I would say my morning routine is I'm not going, if you check your phone before you spend a moment checking your thoughts, you want to see what you have to think about before the world tells you what to think about.
That's right.
So my idea is that, like, I process through what are the things that I want to think about. So my first hour and a half of the day, man, it's me and God. I go through my list. I'm praying. After prayer, I'm gonna make sure that I read. I'm going to do this aspect where I visualize the day. I've got this ongoing mantra that I say every morning. I'm in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, meeting the right people, saying the right words. What God wants, I want. What He think, I think. Heaven's best is released over my life starting now. I say it every day. So psychologically, I'm ready. I'm looking at on my mirror. I've got my list right where I brush my teeth of the top 3 things, and it changes once a month. So for the whole month, it's central focus. 3 things I'm looking for. Then I sit still and I tell myself, what do I want to see today? Right before the day is projected, what do I want to see today? And I start then speaking over my day, looking at what I want to look at. I read my Bible. I'm gonna read a couple books. And man, that's 2 hours into the day. I'm off to the races. I'm ready to rock. So I think that, and let me say it this way: in the absence of a standard, everything has free access. So if you don't have a standard for your mind, every idea, negative and positive, can live.
Wow.
You don't have a standard for friendship. Any friend will do. So imagine like if you went into a sporting event. If you didn't know that there was a standard to sit courtside versus sit in nosebleed, where are you gonna sit at?
I'm sitting courtside. Yeah.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
So in the absence of a standard, everybody and everything is treated equal, and it becomes chaos because somebody's gonna fight over the floor seat. So imagine in the absence of a standard of what goes where your time is spent, everything has free access. When it comes to my faith, it is not this idea that we don't all have access to God, but God got a standard. Because in the absence of a standard, everything has free access. It's the same with our life. I'm not saying I'm not friends with everybody, but everybody don't have the same access to me. Because in the absence of that standard, man, life goes in such a way that you'll find yourself giving VIP treatment to people that should be in the nosebleed. Wow. You'll find yourself with ideas or with business projects, spending time on cute work instead of cash work. That you 10 hours on Canva and 1 hour on business development. So you excited, feeling like you were productive, when really you were not. You just did a bunch of busy work.
Wow, that's gems, man. To that same sentiment too, I feel like sometimes some people might rush their projects out of like pure excitement, especially being like a young entrepreneur where you get this idea, people just want to get to it, or people have a bad habit of overthinking and not doing it and not executing. How do you find that happy medium space?
Man, I'm a strong believer of put a clock on your thoughts. So any thought that you have should have a clock or a date on it. Most people do things for their ideas or their business that they wouldn't allow for people. So if I say, hey man, I got a contract for you, holler at me, we'll get it done. You're like, oh when? First thing you want to know is when and where.
True. Yeah.
When you get an idea in terms of putting your project out, to not rush it or to not delay it, you need when and where. When is it being released and where will it be released at? So it's not a matter, there's no such thing as rushing if there's a process attached to it. What do you ultimately want if there's a strategy attached to it? I could give away anything if I got a back-end strategy attached. It's a matter of rushing your project if you've determined what is a win. What's the scoreboard for your project? What number dictates whether it's a win or a loss? It don't matter what people think. And where we're looking and why we're rushing projects is because we don't have an internal scoreboard. We're scoring things by likes and followers.
Wow. Yeah.
That's as fickle as the algorithm. You can't build no business off of that.
In its vein, yeah.
So there's no such thing as rushing project if the
I love that, man. That's beautiful. Bro, when you speak, man, I know you probably speak at a lot of events and you broke it down to a science. I know you have your STORM method and you break everything down. It's super, super dope, man. So what's the importance of young speakers, entrepreneurs who want to start speaking and want to start communicating effectively? What's the importance of us understanding that it's a science even behind speaking, communicating overall?
Oh man, let me say it this way: it's life or death. I think people don't take communication serious enough.
Okay.
They don't. Communication is not the ability to say something to someone or to a group of people. Communication is not complete until the intent of the communicator and the understanding of the listener comes into alignment. So it's not just what I say, it's what you interpret as a listener. And is there satisfaction between my intent in what I'm saying and your satisfaction with what you're hearing? Most people just only care about what they have to say.
Right. That is true.
Right?
They're
So
just trying to respond. Yeah.
you just up there running your mouth. There's no intent, there's no ebb and flow. And for every word you say, you're feeding someone's mind. Don't nobody want their mind poisoned by your opinion.
Mm.
Does this get me somewhere? Does this help me? So I would say for those people that are looking to be speakers, how important is strategy? It's life or death. What is the intent of your words? If the whole world is listening, do you have something to say that is going to make their life better? Or is the only thing you're looking for is the applause of the people to satisfy yourself?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful, man. Every morning when you first wake up, what's that one thing that constantly drives you every single day?
Oh man. To better somebody's life. Like two things it is God, did I make you proud? Or how can I make you proud today? You know, like what's in the mind of God for the day? He already got that mapped out for me. I don't know, He does. So I want to get in alignment with what God had in mind for me. I know what I want to do, but how does this match?
Yeah.
Another thing is people is valuable interactions. For every person I come in contact with, did I add value to their life by our interaction? Like you and I just connected, but the question I've got is like, okay, did I project honesty? Did I connect warmth, truth, love, support? Hey man, whatever you're doing, how can I support? Did I have a valuable interaction with my man? If I did, then I'm good with that.
Oh yeah, hey, you did. You succeeded, yes sir.
Yeah,
yes sir. I love that, man. Social proof. You said something at the very end. I'm a PK as well, and when you spoke about church and you wanted to connect more with the church and make it in like a cool manner, can you expound upon that idea? Because you said something that was super dope. Because being my dad all the time, we try to bounce off ideas for like social media and content. So you said something that was super cool. So if you could, please just
man, so more people need to know. I'm a business owner. Everyone knows that I own Rosier Group, an internet marketing and business consulting company. But I'm also the lead pastor of the Epic Nation church that I founded. Nice. And I shy away, which is sad, from saying the word church because of the how it's viewed. It ain't a building for me. It is a movement of people for a purpose. So I think the most spiritual thing that I can do is make it to where people don't have to pray and ask God for money.
Wow.
It is the most spiritual thing. What would your life look like if you never had to ask God for money, but you could have a genuine relationship? What would the preacher preach about if he couldn't hype you up on God's going to bless you with some money?
Yeah.
He would have to preach real truth. So the Epic Nation for us, we decided what God called us to is to be intentional about helping people grow in their spiritual life, their professional life, and their social life. Spiritual life, not theory, not just this first century literature that we know as the Bible, but how do we apply that to our life to be better people, to grow in our finances, to save money, to do relationships, to live life, to have a positive mindset, to be about our health. Like, does the Bible talk about my sex drive? Yes. Like all of those things. When I say spiritual, I'm talking about every part of what I am. Professionally, I don't care how much I love God. If I don't love the career and what I do Monday through Friday, coming to church on a Sunday ain't gonna help.
And that's only one day. Yeah.
And I'm not a believer of one day a week. That's itinerary based. It's who I am. right? So we're big on imagine what we're trying to do is merge what happens with the coaching space. Like you mentioned David Shams, that whole coaching piece. I'm trying to merge the coaching world with the church world. And we don't just preach to you, but we also help you with financial literacy, economic development, creating business credit. When I say professional development, soft skills, communication, becoming speakers, writing books. People need that, right?
Yeah.
Then the social piece is what happens if I don't want to hang around my old environment, but I don't want to be alone? Most people don't go to the club just because they like the club. They go for social interaction.
Wow. Yeah.
So as a church, what we're about is how do you spiritually grow up? How do you professionally get your bread up? And how do you socially turn up and still do what's pleasing to God? That's what we're about, the Epic Nation.
I love that, man. I love that. Going back to mental real estate, you have a lot of free real estate in my brain because you said a lot of sound bites and a lot of great stuff when I've been checking out your page, all that. One term that you spoke about was the adult GPA, which I thought was very interesting. Can you break that down for us, the adult GPA?
Hey, man, let me first pause and say you've done a phenomenal job of doing your research.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Very few people do. So it's just random questions, man. I honor you for the due diligence of what you've done.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I love it, man. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm not just it ain't no cap with me. You got family, friend, brother. Like let's continue to build even outside. You got my
I would love to, man. Thank you.
You got my number, man. Let's build, let's connect, let's do something dope together.
Yes,
but here's what I'm gonna say. There has to be an adult GPA. There has to be a grading scale for adults, spiritually, professionally, and socially. Because here's the deal. Most people have not grown. Like the grading scale in school was to ensure that you never went too long without doing something to advance your life.
Yeah.
So you couldn't go an entire year and not study, even if you were a bad student. But for adults, there's nothing in place that says that you have not grown since you were 10 or 12 or 15.
That's deep. Yeah.
You need something that says it is mandatory that I grow inside out. What is the grading scale for an adult? You know what? Instead of you having A on a roll, B on a roll, C on a roll, D on a roll, or being an F student, you know what the new grading scale is?
Probably say pay rate, salary,
grade, credit score, time management, health. That says you don't have the ability to manage yourself. You don't have a curriculum of learning. There are people who know more history about celebrities than they know about the thing that they actually want to do for a living.
That's a fact.
So my thought with the adult GPA is I said, okay, we need a grading scale that gauges stress levels. AQ, which is your adaptability quotient. How do you respond when you have to adapt to a new normal? You need a SQ, your stress quotient. You need EQ, emotional intelligence. You need intellect. You need all these different things that will gauge where you land in terms of a grading scale for yourself. Outside of that, you need to know in terms of an execution grading scale. And decision making grading scale. So when I created the adult GPA, I segmented it under all these different things: decision making, stress levels, execution, time management, and I've got a grading scale for each and every one of these things that helps a person be able to figure out where do they land in the spectrum of life for each of these things.
Wow, that's powerful, man. Sometimes too, when it comes to executing, I think that it's just, human nature sometimes for us to be uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. So as entrepreneurs, like we're in a lot of uncomfortable situations. You have to resolve problems all the time. So how do we become more comfortable being in uncomfortable situations?
I think we got to throw away the notion that we will be comfortable.
Dang, yeah.
We got to throw away the notion that we will be comfortable.
Yeah.
This is uncomfortable for every person.
Yeah.
Like the pandemic that is happening, I don't really speak too much to it because I think that to keep echoing, we in coronavirus, for some people it's a crutch, for some people it's echo, but here's the real reality. I'm gonna speak to the money piece of it. And it might sound insensitive. I love everybody. Wakanda forever with all y'all. Right? But here's what it is. What the pandemic has shown most people, if they pay attention to it, is where they threw their money. You either are going to throw your money backwards, up, or forward. Throwing your money backwards is paying to maintain the image of what people met you as that you used to be.
Wow.
Like you constantly throwing money backwards because people expect you to wear this, do this, so you're trying to save face during this time instead of downsizing and doing whatever it takes to advance your life. If your homegirl pays $1,600 for rent, you pay $1,800. Break the lease. Y'all move in together.
Yeah.
Stack your bread and say, at the end of this time, girl, why don't we save the extra bread? And after this, I'm gonna sleep on the couch. You got the bed. We'll flip week after week. We're gonna do this for 1 year. At the end of 1 year, we're gonna take the extra money. And you and I gonna buy our first property together. But most people are willing to. How much your car payment? $600. Hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sell this car and get a cash car. Whatever it takes. I ain't throwing my money back. Or you throw your money up where you're paying to maintain where you are, but you ain't advancing. So you got nothing in your future. Here's what happened. When this pandemic hit, it showed that everyone threw their money backwards and up, but nobody really threw it forward. That's why people can't last or sustain longer than a couple of months.
Wow.
Because what they did was borrow from their future to pay for the turn up of today. So now that the future has gotten here, they ain't got enough bread left. And I'm saying for every person now, it ain't insensitive. Now you get a chance to adjust to a new normal, to do something different, to figure out what is 2021 gonna look like, and make a decision that I'm never gonna live this way again. I'm never gonna be 3 weeks in and I need help. I'm never gonna be 2 weeks in and I need help. This is not to brag. Like, I got a ton of friends that call me cheap. I'm the type of guy I could go out and make a couple $1,000, and me and my friends go out for a crab leg. I'm like, I ain't paying for it. Nah, I just get this. Bro, you just made $4,000. I don't care. I'm the type of guy, I don't consider my savings account money.
I love that.
That don't even exist.
I love
don't
that.
You got that? No, that ain't nothing. Like, and I think when we can grapple and embrace that, let me say this last statement. The longer you can stretch your mind to live in the future but make decisions in today based on that, the more successful you can be. Mm-hmm. So if you stretch your mind to 5 years from now and make every decision today based on 5 years from now, you can increase success. Most people make week to week or bi-weekly decisions. It ain't just your paycheck, it's also your mindset. You cannot make bi-weekly decisions and have a successful future. You are going to, and I'm talking about this Sunday. If I speak Sunday, I might not preach Sunday, but you can't make bi-weekly decisions and have a great year.
Wow.
You can't make day-to-day decisions and have a great year. You can't make hourly decisions and have a great year. You're going to have yearly decisions to say, all right, end of 2020, I'm going to be debt-free. This much going to be saved up. I want this. And every decision rallies around moving you towards that result.
I love that, man. Marcus, man, you killed this interview. I learned so much from this. Thank you, man. Last question before we sign out, man. Before we go, where do you see yourself, probably say in the next 10, 15 years, and then also, what is next for you overall? What's next?
Where do I see myself in the next 10, 15 years? Next 10, 15 years, the only thing my joint is M3, man. Ministry, marriage, and millions. Mm. Ministry, I want to build a ministry that serves people around the world. I want a shared work, wellness, and worship space. So imagine you're in Atlanta, so you know what the gathering spot is.
Right.
Imagine the gathering spot mixed with the loft, mixed with a worship facility. That's what I want.
That's beautiful.
6 days a week where people can pay and have a shared workspace. They don't have to go to Starbucks, but they can come there, and there's ongoing educational courses. If you want to do t-shirt printing, we'll have an open space where you rent the room to print your t-shirts.
Wow.
If you want to do podcasting, rent the room and podcast. So I want all of that in place. Photography, where it's a studio set up, but it's a church, but we as a church will own it. Plus, people can have their shared workspace similar to WeWorks and some of those places. And then when I say wellness, now you got everything from smoothies to a person walking you through personal training. All of that is included in it. And last but not least, I want it closed on Sunday where we do worship, but right after that, it turns into a brunch. So, man, that's what I want. 10, 15, and I want them worldwide. That people can come, and it's a shared work, wellness, and worship facility that you grow in your spiritual life, you grow in your social life, you grow in your professional life. You can look at the calendar and say, oh, they're doing a credit repair. Oh, man, they're doing business credit. Oh, man, what they got tonight? Oh, man, they got a networking mixer. And I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking to do. And on Sundays will be just this dope, almost like family reunion style barbecue that people all over can come and eat, live music, etc. And service happens on it, man. So that's 10, 15 years. That's why I need millions. Millions is tied to purpose. I want every month, like I want to have enough resources that once a month I can buy somebody a house. And I just talked with, I was just talking about paying people's rent for a year and all these type of things. So when people talk about money, money is only as good as its purpose. So millions is important, ministry is important, and marriage. You know, it's deep in my heart to really find the person that I would do life with and have kids with. I'm 35, no kids. You know what I'm saying? So
You still young, man.
Yeah, it's time to invest into that. So that's why I see myself 10 to 15 years. What's next for me?
Yeah.
What's next, man? All roads lead to, I want to serve people at a high level. I'm launching a mentorship program this month. I finally got to a place that I feel I have something to offer. So I'm going to be very selective. We're only doing 10 people a week, how that's going to roll out. I want to help people that I don't want to reach just people at a high level. Most of my business that I built, I did with less than 1,000 followers. So I want to launch this new thing, no followers, no problem, that shows people how to build a business without having a large following. So I'm going to do that. And ministry, I want to invite everybody, man, come be a part of the Epic Nation. We're doing something that's extremely phenomenal. I think it's the new technology of the church. Even if you got bad ideas of church, don't view it as a building or a place you go to. It's a movement. It's a movement that deals with my mindset, how I view myself, how my life is made better, and the people that I better in every area. So I'm gonna tell you, man, if you're interested in growing in your faith, you're interested in growing in your spirit, in your professional life or social life, make sure you search the Epic Nation, THG Epic Nation, man, and be a part of it. And it's global too. It's not one location. So, man, we are now multiple states, multiple cities, multiple countries. Our online pastor lives in Trinidad and Tobago. I live in Florida, California. So we got like 30 states represented. We built something for people around the world.
I must definitely check that out, man. Marcus, thank you so much for everything. Also, where can everybody follow your work and just keep up with you overall?
Absolutely. There she is. There goes my online pastor right there. Chris, you just dropped it there.
Perfect. Shout out to you.
Follow that. Make sure y'all follow that. It's an honor, man. It's an honor to be connected with you, my brother.
Thank you so much. Likewise, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Hey, you be safe, all right?
All right, you have a go.
Yes, sir. Yo, shout out to my man Sheely. Shout out to Jacob, everybody who was tuned in. You guys make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow the page at 3 Milli Pod and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 3 Milli Productions. We appreciate you guys so much. We love y'all. And this is another edition of the Millennial Master Class. I'm your host, Caleb Smith. You guys be easy. Peace.
Touch me, then it's so